Hi, and welcome to System One's live stream. We appreciate you tuning in and would like to know who's watching, so please drop us a comment and let us know where you're joining from. And if this is your first time participating in one of our live events, please let us know that as well. Today, we're continuing our discussion on resume tips, specifically how to showcase your soft skills, metrics, and volunteer experience on your resume. Are you currently using metrics to showcase the contributions you've achieved? And are you including any volunteer experience on your resume? Let us know in the comment section. For a little bit more on System One, we separate ourselves from the competition by specializing in delivering integrated services and human capital management solutions within strategic areas that include critical infrastructure, life sciences, legal, creative and digital, technology, and government. Today, many of our clients are industry leaders who rely on us to provide critical services and solutions supporting their operations and solving business challenges. For more than 40 years, we've leveraged our industry expertise to deliver highly customizable solutions for our clients across multiple industries. System One operates with more than 650 employees, 9,000 contractors, and over 50 locations across the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Be sure to drop us a comment and let us know where you're joining from. Plus, let us know any questions you have regarding your resume so we can answer those as we continue our discussion. As you're telling us a little bit about yourself, let me introduce our panel of experts today. I'll start with myself. My name is Ruth Bozeman. I'm the Engagement and Events Marketing Manager for System One, and I've been marketing for 20 years, 4 of which have been with System One. I've also spent a significant amount of time giving back to the community, including organizing charity events to raise money for victims of domestic violence through 5Ks and fitness challenges. That's how I include some volunteer experience on my resume. Now let's meet Amanda Knuth. She's a senior staffing coordinator for System One. Amanda, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're incorporating some of these aspects on your resume?
Thanks, Ruth. Hi, everyone. I am Amanda. I work for System One Commercial. I'm actually based out of the Parsippany, New Jersey office. I've been with System One for about 8 years now. On my resume, I have things like the amount of recs I work on at any given time, candidates on billing, number of placements, things like that. Just a way to include different metrics on my resume. I'm looking forward to the conversation today, and I would be happy to talk to anybody about different ways that you can include these things on your resume.
Thanks so much. Christina Cushing is joining us as a recruiter for System One. Christina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're incorporating some of these aspects on your resume?
Sure. Thanks, Ruth. Hi, everyone. I am an engineering recruiter based out of the Edison, New Jersey office. I specialize in sourcing for contract to hire, and direct hire opportunities. I've been with System One for about 5.5 years now. And one of the soft skills that I would add to my resume is, as a recruiter, is time management. Having this skill is so important that making sure that you prioritize and make a schedule, but at the same time, in a split second, a phone may ring or you get pulled from what you're doing, and it's really important to be able to refocus and get yourself back on track.
That's excellent. Thanks so much, both of you. Again, we want to know any questions you might have on your resume and how we can help you be more successful as you're presenting that through the job hunt process. Again, also our specific questions for today's topic are you currently using metrics to showcase your contributions and the things that you've achieved throughout your career? And are you including volunteer experience on your resume? We're going to start today's discussion with Christina. Christina is going to discuss how we can incorporate metrics on your resume. Christina, will you expand on that a little bit for us and start this discussion?
Sure. One question candidates might have is, what are metrics used for as a recruiter or a hiring manager? Basically comparing and tracking performance or production. How does this candidate stand out to companies against other candidates and essentially our competition as well? I would say one of the biggest questions that a candidate might have regarding metrics is, why should job seekers use metrics on their resume? building your credibility. How do you want them to see you within that industry? You're really creating a positive snapshot for that resume viewer. And you'll be able to show the companies that you're basically qualified for that role. And it goes back to what I said in the past session is qualify yourself for that role. And doing this with metrics is really important.
Yeah, that's great. And as I recruit personally for maybe like a customer service position, a customer service lead role, something like that, we do look at different types of metrics from the standpoint of how many people somebody has mentored, how many people somebody has led in a position in the past, even how they've grown a company, using KPIs or using revenue growth and things like that. And there's obviously different ways that you can showcase these things on your resume. So if somebody wanted to put down how much they've grown revenue in a certain position, one thing that I'll do is put certain bullet points about the job detail itself on the resume under work history, and then maybe italicize the different things that you have accomplished in that position. There's a multitude of ways to really broadcast those things on a resume. Ultimately, it's what you're comfortable with. And obviously, changing your resume format for each position that you're applying for. Moving on to soft skills and adding those onto your resume. Obviously, that includes things like time management, like Christina talked about, communication, problem solving, and things like that.
It's also important to incorporate the soft skills, like Amanda was saying, into the bullets, not necessarily list them out in a summary at the top. This demonstrates how the soft skill is actually utilized in that role and how it's beneficial. One example would be communication skills. It could read out on the resume something like effectively translates complex information into common terms. So, for example, roles that involve customer service, such as some roles that I recruit for, field service engineers or sales engineers, they have to be able to speak about the products or the services that will benefit this company. They might be able to, describe what's wrong with the machine, or basically hiring managers are going to be looking for, can this person break down these complex terms into easy to understand language? So being able to train a customer on machinery and troubleshooting, you're not going to use these fancy terminologies, terms that maybe they don't understand, really breaking it down. And then basically, you have to be able to communicate effectively with the customers on a completely different level to be successful in those roles.
Definitely. Another soft skill that we like to see if somebody's applying to maybe a senior level or managerial position would be initiative. So what initiative have you taken in a past position? What initiative can you take in this position that you're applying for? A way that you can put that on your resume under a job that you've done would say innovated and created new and unique methods and procedures. So a company really wants to see how you can contribute and how you can help them grow, how you can change a position, make things, more beneficial for the team and stuff like that. As far as volunteer experience on a resume, there's obviously, a few different, steps you can take when you are looking to put that onto your resume. One way, if you don't have a lot of work history, you can include your volunteer experience in the same exact format. So you can include the dates, you can include, maybe like your title of what you were doing in that type of volunteer work that you were doing, and really fitting it into the position that you're applying for.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important for somebody that lacks formal work experience, really highlighting your volunteer experience, how it's relevant to the job that you're seeking. You could also showcase your soft skills in the volunteer section as well. So highlighting if you've gained like leadership or teamwork or customer service experience, for example. You could also do research on the actual company and learn about their mission, values, any specific philanthropy that they are involved in, basically what their company culture is like, and any of your volunteer experience, definitely relate it to that if it aligns with that.
Yeah. Definitely. And one thing that we see, as recruiters, and what we try to do is really just build a relationship with the candidates that we're working with. So I happen to volunteer with a lot of different animal shelters and things like that. So if I see that on somebody's resume, it's just a way for me to start that conversation and really build a relationship with the person that I'm working with, both professionally and personally. I'm being able to relate to them, and it's a way for everybody to maybe be a little bit more comfortable, in that conversation. I'm not just asking questions and answering questions. And it's a way to relate to one another. So it's important to really speak with, the hiring managers and the people that you're working with, just to relate to them. That helps you, mesh with the company culture and really fit into a position.
Definitely. Just to add on to that as well, adding this will show the hiring managers more about your personality, your passions, abilities, work ethic. Those hiring managers love that question. Tell me about yourself. And, telling the hiring managers about this experience, it really does help them to realize how you fit into their culture and their environment at that job.
That's great advice, ladies. Thank you so much. A lot of this is about making the right connections and getting into the right culture. So you can tell a lot of that by making the right connections. And that's part of the reason that we're here. So please, as you're watching these live streams and listening to this panel of experts, be sure to reach out to the connections that we are giving you. I know Karen is on the back end for us, dropping the connections for each of us here. We can be sure to reach out to you after this live stream is finished, so that we can continue to help you as you're going through your career journey and looking for new opportunities, and continue to have questions on things like adding metrics to your resume. Maybe I'm seeing some comments that you've maybe never had that advice on why that's really important, and how that can help your resume stand out, to have those numbers included in your resume. Volunteer experience, how that showcases that you're willing to work outside of the corporate structure to give back to the community, and why you would want to include that. So that's what the discussion is about here today. If you continue to have additional questions on these aspects of your resume, be sure to reach out either in the comment section or as you're connecting with these experts. We're going to continue our discussion on to the job section. And I understand that both Amanda and Christina have a hot job for us this week. System One has over thousands of jobs available right now on our career portal, jobs.system1.com. So we want to just feature 2 of those positions that we have available for you at this time. But please be sure to search jobs.system1.com and let us know what additional opportunities you might find interesting. But the first hot job that we have for you today, we're going to let Christina highlight for you. So Christina, can you tell us about the opportunity that you currently have available?
Sure. Thank you. I have a direct hire hybrid sales engineer opportunity not far from the Springfield, New Jersey area. Responsibilities for this job include pursuing new sales opportunities and discussing the products, technologies, and the company's services to current and potential customers. Sales engineers will determine which equipment meets the specific needs of the customer. Some travel is required as needed, both domestic and internationally. Interested candidates must have a bachelor's degree in engineering, minimum of 5 to 10 years of experience in sales of industrial processing machinery. Sales engineers must have the ability to conduct presentations and video conferences. So someone that I have, spoke about with the strong communication skills, that would be a great fit for this role. If you are interested in this opportunity, please apply to it directly and then reach out to follow up. If your experience isn't a fit for this role, but you know someone that might be, feel free to go ahead and share my contact information with them and pay it forward.
Thanks, Christina. Sounds like another amazing opportunity that System One has available for our audience, and we appreciate you sharing that today. Amanda, will you let everyone know about the opportunity that you currently have available?
Yes, thanks. I have a direct hire opportunity available. It's out of Parsippany, New Jersey. It's a print operator position, and the company is a leader in their packaging materials that they are making. They have one of the few HP Indigo 20,000 machines in operation right now. So if somebody is looking for a position where there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of technology, a lot of growth with a company, it is a great position. They're looking for somebody that can set up, run, maintain, and diagnose any issues with the machines. As far as my meeting with the client and really what they were looking for, company culture is huge with them. They're really looking for people that are reliable. They said that their employees like to show up every day because they like working together. So demonstrating those soft skills on your resume, saying that you enjoy showing up to work, that you are, taking that initiative is definitely important for this type of role. You can see the job ID number below, and if you are interested, you can apply at jobs.system1.com.
Thanks. Again, another great opportunity, and more importantly, a great organization and great work culture. And that's what System One is really about, connecting people with the right opportunities so that their career is advanced for the long haul. Again, we represent areas that include critical infrastructure, life sciences, legal, creative, and digital technology, and government. So be sure to search our career portal, jobs.system1.com. We have opportunities all across the United States, now Canada and the United Kingdom as well. So your opportunities are really endless, and our goal is to really build that relationship between our recruiters and you, so that we can line up the right opportunity for you. So let us know what opportunities you really find interesting so that we can help you along this journey. Again, that's jobs.system1.com. We have this live broadcast every Thursday at 2:00, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday as we continue our discussion to help you along this journey. We look forward to seeing you then. Have a good day.